on our latest episode of Keeping Up with the Tariffs, Donald Trump makes exemptions in his China tariffs that are hiked up to 145% now, right? So Apple, Nvidia, Dell, and others get a tariff exemption under the new rules. So basically that's a bunch of different electronic equipment. So what Apple is phones, computers, monitors, other electronic equipment like that. Nvidia is graphics cards. Dell is computers or like general like computer equipment. And I assume others is probably what like shit like IBM, not T-Mobile, but other phone. Probably Microsoft also gets exemptions because does Microsoft make computers? Technically, no. No, they don't. They import a bunch of computers and put their software on it. Like who else? Who else gets these goddamn exemptions? It's all just tech companies are getting the exemptions, right? So, from what I understand, like, what are the things that the U.S. imports from China? Right? It's mostly like electronic equipment because the main like big plant in China that Apple has is Foxconn, and they have a huge like manufacturing facility in China. That's where they assemble the actual phones themselves. Like, what does the U.S. import from China? What does the U.S. import from China? Motor vehicle parts, batteries, toys. So yeah, a lot of cheap manufactured goods. Lighting, furniture. So, like, what remains then? Because these are for... this is the exemptions for the tech companies. Batteries. Motor vehicle parts. Did the car companies also get exemptions to the tariffs? I don't think that they did. Your cheap manufactured slop, obviously, your toys or whatever, are all made in China. A lot of clothes are also made in China, generally speaking. And then lighting and furniture. Although, honestly, you get, like, most furniture from fucking IKEA anyway, so that doesn't really change much. That's all from Sweden. Although Sweden makes it in China, but whatever. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. You get what I'm saying. So what? What we got here? Trump exempts phones, computers, chips from reciprocal tariffs. Pump coming on Monday? Whoa. The exclusions published late Friday by U.S. Customs and Border Protection narrow the scope of the levies by excluding the products from Trump's 125% China tariff and its baseline 10% global tariff on nearly all their countries. If I recall correctly, the tariff itself went up to 145% now, but now like this exemption has happened, and I believe it's like mainly supposed to like because these are like the main things that come in from China. It's electronic equipment because all the tech companies manufacture the electronics there, right? For the cheap manufacturing base. That's like kind of the point, right? The consequences of like corporations, they do be wanting to cut day costs as much as possible in order to make as much money as possible. Whoa, who would have thought? Kind of a deal. I don't know, like fell for it again award, like one of the main things that like is traded between the US and China is being exempt, but sure, whatever. Nice meme. Art of the deal, guys. It's art of the deal. For real. President Donald Trump's administration exempted smartphones, computers, and other electronics from its so-called reciprocal tariffs, potentially cushioning consumers from sticker shock while benefiting electronics giants, including Apple Incorporated and Samsung Electronics Co. In the Bloomberg article, they linked the publication, blah, 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 and saying, like, the details and the stuff. But yeah, like, I mean, I don't know, like, fell for it again award? Like, what else? Chart on This might be actually a useful chart. Top 10 US imports by value in 2024. Here we go. What? So, wireless headphones. So, that's electronics, laptops, electronics, lithium ion batteries, electronics, smartphones, electronics, computer parts, that's electronics. Plastic products, that can fall under electronics because there's a lot of plastic in electronics. PC modders, that's electronics. Game consoles, electronics. Those are all what got exempt, I believe. So, like, what? It's just, it's just pharmaceuticals and toys are, like, the main other things. And, like, also furniture and shit. What does the, like, yeah, what does the fucking, US really, import from China otherwise, besides this? Like, they still have, like, the 145% tariffs there now as, like, a show. Like, I don't know, this is truly the art of the deal. Don't be a panican. Because that's like a term he came up with, panican, to like say like everyone who's talking about how shit my tariffs are, they're all just panicking. They're just a panican thing, and it's just like, brother, you're just mad that you don't want to admit that like you're just coping about the fact that like your tariffs are just very poorly thought out. No one's in the room to stop you and call you, sir, what you're doing / saying is very stupid. You're going to ruin the economy. And, like, what's even being tariffed at this point? Like, Big Tech just got the exemption that they wanted because they probably, because again, let's be honest. Let's be quite honest. Trump's inauguration, we all know the image, right? Some of the biggest tech CEOs, you know? Musk, obviously, has a big Tesla plant in China. Obviously, probably a lot of the stuff that Amazon will get also comes from China. Well, Facebook, not so much. And then we have, obviously, what? His name is, it's Sundar Pichai, right? Is that his name, Boy Meets Mini? Am I getting that correct? Sundar Pichai, the Google CEO? I don't know. He probably makes, Sundar Pichai. Okay. Thank you. I you know how I am with names. I'm really bad with names. I never remember names. I'm just so bad with them. So Sundar Pichai. Pichai. Obviously also getting the exemption as well. I mean, whoa, art of the deal, all part of the plan. Trump supporters, like, what's going on? Like, what's like the deal? Like, I mean, it's obvious that like, it's just been a complete like stupid idiot shit show since like the beginning, because like that dumbass Peter Navarro is the one who's like trying to do the whole like, he's the one who's trying to pull the whole strings with tariffs, and like quite literally, and this is like the funniest fucking shit. Because Peter Navarro, he's like a complete fucking lunatic. He's an idiot, right? He's like still trying to like cope and see, talk about like, oh wait, hold on, here's how we can still win with tariffs. The tariffs are actually like really smart and really good. And Trump is heckin' Epic Reno or something. Like that fucking dumbass Musk was literally like, oh, Peter Navarro, more like Peter Retardo. Jesus fucking Christ. Because, like, let's be honest, this whole, like, tariff fiasco is just stupid, man. Like, this was, like, so slapdash put together. There was no fucking plan. It's just, like, just complete fucking nonsense, man. Like, there was no plan here. Like, it was just, like, oh, fuck it, YOLO, who cares? I wonder, like, how are the markets doing? Where's FinViz? Everything's gone back up. Amazing. So the S&P 500, I guess, went back up for all the tech corporations because of the exemptions. So, whoa, crazy. Who would have thought that such a thing could happen? Everything is going back up. That's also what I'm seeing quite a lot of, Boy Meets Mini, is like, is this shit just like a rug pull? Is this like just like a complete, complete Papega shit show fest? And I'm just like, I don't know, man. There's like no evidence to suggest that was the case, but like people are saying this at this point, right? Like what? Stock rug pull, right? It's like a conspiracy theory that's like going around now. Okay, I don't even want to know what the fuck this is about. Maybe this was a mistake. I'm not gonna get anything from here. I mean, this is Twitter. But like, I don't know, man. There's like so many like strange behaviors and shit that's just like going on. It's gonna make people start asking questions like, okay, is this all just like a scam? And I, the, you know, enlightened centrist, I guess, for, you know, just to like say the meme, but this isn't like the centrist take. If you're like relying on like predicting like the sort of like, you know, predictability of stocks, you're never gonna get anywhere, because let's be honest here, I've said this, I've had this take before, and I'll, you know, have this take again. It's all just complete fucking bullshit, and just any random crap can just kind of happen if, like, you know, one dude fucking sneezes funny. But yeah, like, this is just like, bro initiates a trade war, keeps the fucking giant ass tariffs on China, constantly talks about how Xi Jinping is like his really good buddy, saying like, please, Xi, like, can you talk to me, bro? Come on, can we have like a chat, right? Like, can we talk, please? And it's just like, why would he talk to you? Like, you just tariffed him, and you're like now doing like reciprocal tariffs or like exemptions to the tariffs to like most of the stuff that you import in from fucking China. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously. Like, what are you doing? Why would they come to you? Right? Like, China's economy is not very dependent at all on the US. Like, what? They get 15% of their imports from the US, right? And it's mostly like soybean farmers, right? That's like the main thing that they import, I believe, from the US is soybeans. That's like the big thing. What does like, let's see. What does China import from the US? It's mostly, I'm pretty sure it's like soybeans is the main thing, right? Oil and gas shipments to China come predominantly from Texas and Louisiana. Okay, so so it's oil and gas. Here we go. Lovely. Thank you. Wow, that's a lot of shit. So oil seeds and grains. So farmers are the ones who are going to be most, you know, affected by this. Oil and gas, pharmaceuticals, because that's like, US is very good at producing pharmaceuticals. That's where most of them come from. Semiconductors and components, basic chemicals, cars, hardly any cars. Beef, yep, the US has a lot of beef. And a lot of just other, like, sort of, like, I would say, like, machinery, like, equipment. I would broadly say, like, a lot of different equipment, like, used for, like, science and other shit, right? Those are, like, the main things that the US produces. So, like, does China really need a lot of these, like, in the immediate future? Not really. They can afford to be like, well, I mean, we only have like 15% of our exports coming in from like from the United States, and also like oil and gas, they got the Russians for that shit, so they're fine in this department. They don't give a shit about losing this. And oil seeds and grains, just get that from the Indians, right? Although, do the Chinese have like good trade relations at all with India? Boy meets many. I have no idea. I want to say no because of a lot of the border disputes that they have, or it's like probably like on a weird shaky ground, but not really border disputes. Yeah, I figured. Where else could they get like grain and stuff like that? Also racism. Yeah, yeah. Everyone likes to like all these like dumbass like Marxist Leninists love to do the sort of like Orientalist take of like the highly enlightened like Asians who are like beyond racism and are very progressive. But like, let's be honest here, Those guys fucking hate each other, okay? That's silly. They don't have good relations with one another. Like, it's silly. But that's a difference. Like, again, like, this is pretty much supposed to, like, show and say, like, yeah, we don't really need, like, I mean, we're gonna lose, like, mostly this from the US, but otherwise, everything else, not that big of a deal. We kind of can deal with, like, you know, importing from a bunch of other countries. So, because it's what? It's only 15% of their imports come from the US. Meanwhile, a significantly higher percentage of imports from China go into the US. So, nah. And before, like, people complain about, like, oh, but China's like an export economy. What? Have you ever asked yourself why they're an export economy, right? Like, again, all the outsourcing deals that went to China and everything, you want to know, like, why they went there? Oh, because it's, like, really cheap and easy to get, like, laborers there for manufacturing. That's why they became, well, a manufacturing slash export economy. Oh, whoa, crazy. Because of, like, the greed of American corporations and billionaires. That's why they ended up sort of, like, adapting their economy to doing that. Being like, okay, well, we're just going to, like, export a bunch of, like, cheaper products to the world because America, like, they don't want to be the main manufacturing hub of the world anymore. So, whatever. Fuck it. So, yeah. The two just keep levying, tariffs on one another because Trump's just like, I have a really good relationship with Xi, so I'm just gonna keep slapping tariffs on him. And it's just like kind of just, I don't know, for lack of a better term, it's just kind of stupid at this point. Like, I don't know what else to say about this, like, latest episode of Keeping Up with the Tariffs. Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of silly.